You might want to just give it another swing, son. What you got there, bucko? Yeah. It's a pretty good way to end the day, right? All with wood you cut. What's happening, everybody? Len here with 715 Outdoors. I'm with Evan, and today we're at the cabin, and this weekend we are wrapping up our hinge cutting, and I'm not going to make a whole lot. I'll take a little footage of that, but this is the last weekend we can do it till spring because April 15th starts oak wilt, and we don't want to, we don't want any of that. So this is our last weekend. We're not going to be 100% done, but we're going to get a good chunk of it done. But today what I want to talk about is habits versus habitat. So here's Evan holding the map of the property here. This is our habitat, and all of this represents the improvements that we're going to be making. But as important as this, and maybe even more important, is habits. How do you hunt your land? That is the topic of today's video, so stick around. If you've subscribed already, I thank you. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that today is the day that I earn your subscription. So habits versus habitat, what are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about access. Listen, you as a hunter can invest a lot of time and money and energy into food plots, water holes, hinge cutting or girdling, switchgrass, tree stands, mock scrapes, and all of those things that I would affirm are good habitat choices for most properties. And so what I'm doing now is I'm walking through here and showing you behind me here what I've hinge cut. So here's the thing, is that access is everything. Not everything, but if you do access wrong, you can end your hunt before it even starts by spooking deer going into your hunting area. So you have a food plot. What's the mistake most people make? Is hunting the food plot over and over and over again. Or states where it's legal to hunt over bait, whether it's a bucket or the big feeders, and they just put a stand there and they hunt it over and over and over again, and they wonder why they don't get any daytime pictures of bucks. So sometimes the best thing to do is to not hunt at all. I'm just gonna show you what I've done here. Let me turn the camera around. We're on the corner of, we are on the, what would be the southeast corner of the property. And all I've done here is I've cut off access for the deer. The deer come in from this cornfield. Maybe this year it'll be soybeans, I don't know. But listen, you can see exactly where this trail leads through and goes all the way to the pipeline. So what have I done? Well, I've taken away their option to go across the street until they go to the pipeline. I've completely cut this off. And by the way, I've opened up the canopy significantly so that I can so that we can get more hardwood regeneration and regrowth in here, get it to green up. So this is going to screen. Right now you can't even see the pipeline through here, and it's only 75 yards across. So I can't see 75 yards. A deer isn't as tall as I am, or any human really, any adult human. So they're definitely not going to see it. And they can't see to the road. But listen, they may bed up in here. This may become a bedding area, and that would be great. So that's going to severely impact the way I access this. So I have to make sure if I come in here on the south side of the property that the wind is blowing from the north, blowing my scent into this ag field and away from possible bedding. You can see over here on the other side of the property line, which I have permission to access, and that's all I use this for is access, is it's wide open. There are never deer in here. They pass through, but they don't stay. This may become that area where they stay. So I have to make sure that my habits are as such that I don't come in to the tree stand that you see right about, where is it? The tree stand right there. So when I come to access that tree stand, I'm not spooking deer out. So it's April and I'm walking the deer trail. I'm walking right past scrapes and rubs and everything that were used during the rut. And so I'm not too worried about how I access this property right now. I'm not worried about spooking deer right now, right? But in the fall, I'm gonna be very concerned with some very key things that most hunters just flat out ignore, or they think it's dumb, they think it's a waste of money, a waste of time. The thing you can do for free is pay attention to the wind. You can get apps like HuntWise that show you what the wind direction is and how many miles an hour every day. If you don't want to pay $100 a year for an app, you can buy a little bottle of talcum powder for like $4 or $5 and puff it up in the air. If you're a smoker, you know, hey, good luck to you. You can use milkweed or cattails. If you live near a swamp or a marsh, go get some cattail or milkweed seeds and check your wind direction. You should be planning your hunt a day in advance for sure. Like I never, and this is a mistake I have made, is I would go to a spot that was it was a good spot. I always see deer at this spot. I'm going to that spot because this is my weekend off. The wind may not work out for that, and you have to pay attention to that. So the other thing is, how do you care for your boots? How do you care for your boots? If you're using a good pair of rubber boots here, like Evan, say hi, Evan. If you're using a good pair of rubber boots, this is gonna take care of most of your scent that you might leave, right, walking through. But if you're like me and you have neoprene mucks, there's different protocol. So for example, if you have a pair of neoprene boots like mine, I use scent killer sprays on that I think work very well. And I use a lot of it. I go through probably 4 bottles of scent killer every year. I use it liberally. I use it like I'm trying to put out a fire. So that's another thing that you can do. Scent elimination, you should have some kind of a routine. You know, the sun kills bacteria. That's why hunters hang their hunting clothes outdoors. And if you have high sunlight days, put your hunting clothes outside, kills all your bacteria. Maybe you use scent lock. I believe in scent lock. I believe in activated carbon. There's no question in my mind that works. If you take care of how you access, how you are taking care of your scent, what is your scent control routine? All right. Are you just throwing your jacket in the truck and you're a smoker? That's probably going to end your hunt before it even starts. So think of those things. The last thing that I'll say is noise discipline. Noise discipline. You have to hunt deer like they're hunting you. You would probably be a lot more quiet accessing your stand. So hunt like a predator. Hunt like a predator. I've said this in other videos before, but when you walk through the woods, you have to be aware that deer are going to hear everything. And some things bother them, some things do not. You can swish through leaves, that doesn't bother them because they hear that all the time with squirrels and all kinds of small game. But if you're snapping twigs, there are 2 things in the woods that are snapping twigs, and that's deer and deer hunters. They know that. And so if you want to get a deer to turn its head and see you before you see it, walk through the woods without any care and snap twigs. You should be giving yourself plenty of time to access your stand properly, get there on time without having to rush, snap twigs, work up a sweat, and end your hunt before it even starts. So guys, remember, as important as habitat is, your habits are even more important. And you can take that one to the bank. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.